3, 2, 1.
Hi, Morgan.
Hi, Ina. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah.
And how is your expectation for today? What do you expect?
I don't really have any expectation, to be honest, because I'm not really exactly sure what's going to happen. So I'm just kind of wide open to see.
Okay. And how was what would you say about our 1 month together work? Like, what
Well,
you can say about?
it's been really interesting, and it's kind of like pushed me to confront some issues that otherwise I was quite happy to just leave unaddressed. So I'm really grateful and thankful for that. Yeah, I mean, you've had me doing some things I wasn't expecting also, which has been fun. I mean, some of the exercises I found really strong and powerful, and like, I mean, we all want a better life, right? So it's good, the things that can help us to obtain that, I'm grateful for, so yeah.
For me, it's like with all my experience, I'm like so clear about like if we're not sober to like looking inside our life, and when we believe like it's and sometime later it's gonna happen, or it's because of that one, or it's gonna be improved somehow. And when we just keep ourselves these stories, it's like it's almost, no, it's not almost, it's a dangerous how we can just waste our life for a waiting, like every time, with myself and with every person, when we look there and when we get clarity, like what is your life, what is the expectation, and then it's so clear to understand like why I'm not there yet. Because we are all so good to tell ourselves the story that, yeah, I'm going there, definitely I will be there. And then the years is just passing and we like, maybe I just really don't want it, but like this is like invisible obstacle within us. This is like they are so smart, and of course like it's been created for our betterment. That's nothing was against us, never, even if it's look like, but it's always given to our in our favor. But like when we are keep living with them, it's just like so sleepy mode, for me, I like to see this as the cooking frog. You know how to cook frog?
Well, no, I'm vegetarian, so I don't really cook my frogs. I just let them live in the garden. But I mean, I know they put them in alive, right? They cook them alive or something.
No, I'm not eating the frog. It's just allegory. Like if you take the frog and put in the cold water and start to heat it up, the frog is not understandable that it's cooking. And that's how we pass in our life, and like telling ourselves the stories is all right, it's all right, it's all right. But the stuff is like within us, the blockages or misalignment, it's just like it's cooked us. And if we're not sober enough to get into the clarity and like make the decision to put ourselves on the map, we just cooked frog. And the same one, if you take the frog and put it in the hot water, it says like, no, I'm not tolerating this.
That jumps straight out.
Gonna be cooked. Yeah. But that's how this blockages is smart. They just go on like so slow mode, and all this this sound, it's not gonna be often. Sorry for that. When we're on the slow mode and like if we tell ourselves a story, like one day I'm gonna be there, it's like so believable. We really believe. But if we're not looking for this with the intention to be brave and intention to embrace ourselves, yeah. So today's subject is the best for to understand like what's happened, because we found the major smart things that was with you is the avoidance. Avoidance is kind of like we have creature within us who is like covering our ears and eyes and just nicely putting us to sleep and say like everything is going to be all right. And this is avoidance. It's not the original one. Original one is based on the fear of, it can be fear, it can be rejection. So let's assume that we found out the true reason, and imagine your life, how you would live if you don't have fear of rejection. How you would, how that would influence on your quality between you and your family if you don't afraid to be rejected. What are the major difference?
Well, I mean, I don't think I've ever had much fear of being rejected by my family because they've always been very accepting and loving. But I can see that fear in other aspects of life, you know.
Okay,
so, I
which
mean,
one?
I can imagine, well, I guess more in like intimate relationships field. Yeah. Yeah.
And the money?
Money, not so much. Not so much. No, money's kind of always come to me quite easily.
Okay.
I mean, give or take. But yeah.
Fear of rejection. Like we see now two life now. Person with the I afraid to be rejected, and I'm not afraid to be rejected. I'm so on it my life. I'm so on it my voice. I'm so on it my visibility. I'm so on it my life, embracement, my decisions. Like what are the major difference in the terms of what kind of impact we can do on the life?
Honestly, it's really hard for me to hear because there's so much noise from the background in the cafe.
Oh yeah.
Is it
okay?
Is
Let
there
me
anywhere?
try.
Yeah. Is there anywhere
I can
that,
try another place.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
Because
sorry for that.
I hear everything, and then then I can't hear you. I can just hear people talking in the coffee machine.
Okay, so
okay, that's better. Yeah, much better.
We talk about two scenarios.
Yes.
In one scenario, you had the fear of rejection. Okay, avoidance. Okay, and in another one, you absolutely embrace your visibility, your voice, your decision. You just own it. What are the major difference gonna be impact to the life?
Well, it's going to be a lot busier life, that's for sure, you know, because there's so many things which I step back from, or I mean, I think part of the avoidance thing is like the positive aspect of it is like protecting my space, you know, like for me to really be able to concentrate, I need to be able to sort of like zoom in. So like too much distraction, it's hard for me to keep my focus, you know. So even with something like when we're chatting now, so I think I have, on a positive aspect, avoided or limited some things in my life to enable myself to function better. On the other side, on the negative to that, I probably miss a lot of opportunities and potentials because I just shrink back a little bit from it, you know?
Okay, so we are very specific. What kind of impact you do when you embrace your life?
Well, then I guess I'm going to be super busy with a lot of things, you know, because there's just so many things already going on, and it's like if I open more to it, yeah. I mean, and it can be good to be busy.
Okay,
but
do you know about delegation? Do you have players in the team?
I'm not great in delegation. We have good players in our team, but I'm also like, my personal team within the business is with me controlling everything and not too much people coming into my space, or me not delegating too much. When I delegate, it's very, very specific tasks. But I mean, I'm also working on the creative end of the business, so I've specifically set it up so I don't have to deal with too many people.
Yes, but see this: if you embrace your life, it's mean that you're so good with delegating. Delegating, it's ability of communication. It's it's the art of clarity, how to speak up your expectation and how to give them task to do. So this is based on when we are afraid to be rejected. Our art of communication is very on the weak state where we need to develop that. So this is show us like, because why we get the employees to help us, but when we're not able to guide them and explain and understand what is good for us, because they come to help us, they come to make our business better, you know, and we agreed with them for what kind of reward they do. So with reward, it's very clear that end of the month, so in 2 weeks, you have to give the reward. That's the agreement. But if you're very weak with art of communication, you're not able to explain to them how they can help you.
I guess for what I do, I have the people who I do delegate to, they're like highly, highly, highly trained and very, very skillful. And we have a great communication and it's easy to explain to them. But for me to bring in a normal person and try and start training them again from the beginning, it takes so long to try and explain to them something I can just do like that. I guess that's why I've kept my little team so tight.
Yeah, I'm just showing you how to make, with the clarity on this, how to expand your business. Because our business is our money. And well, it's not only that, but it's extra doors, easy to money flow to us. Hello, are you with me?
Hi, I've got you. Yeah, I lost you for a second, but I've got you. Yeah.
Okay, so what I was saying, like, with this clarity, I'm showing you how to expand the business, because our business is the extra doors for our money to fly into us. Yeah. And so the delegation to other people, it's art of communication. And art of communication based on not ability to speak, but ability to own our space on the map. So we own our space on the map when we're not afraid someone come and say to us, you're not deserve it. You're not good enough, and things like this. So in the beginning, why we even got this idea that we're not good enough, or we have to fit in somewhere, you know. It's like when we start working with you, that fairy tale come out of ugly duckling. And it's so beautiful story, and it shows like how our education or some old patterns system is make us wrong idea about who we are. We all different. We all, like, someone able to swim, someone able to fly, someone able to dance, and we all different. And when we try to fit in our childhood, like you have to be all like this or all like this. And if you're born as giant, if you're born as bright, if you're born as more creative, for those one who agreed for particular patterns, you kind of like outsider. But actually, you come here to inspire to come out of the frames. So when we are small, and when someone says to us, you know what, you didn't have loving father, or you didn't have parents, or you didn't have that toy, or you didn't have that, so you're not lovable, so you're not good enough. So we're gonna, if the child start to believe in this, he already give away his power to them. And when we even became adults, we still inside us that child who tried to fit in the frame, but in the same time understand I'm so bright and I cannot be in that frame. So this is the conflict inside us, make us like really feel between, it's a conflict. In one side, I just telling myself story that I want to be big and bright and like I know that I'm capable. In another side, somehow I'm self-sabotaging me. So like when we start to do the clarity about the life, the exercise, we understand like, okay, this is my life. Why I'm not living there? What's happening? And then we back to that state like, okay, I have fear of rejection. What is the fear of rejection? In our somewhere childhood, we had a wound, like we didn't fit in some frames. And then we became adults, but we still not allow us to be a big, beautiful swan, because we feel so much fear of the people. We feel so much, we are afraid of be visible, because we're facing that childhood fears. When we just wanted to be with friends, but they like didn't understand who we are. And we all beautiful garden. We all beautiful garden with different seeds, different flowers, different tastes, different colors. And you know, with all my experience, more than 22 years, I understand that the most picky one, the most critic child, like children, and the most like angry, who was bullying us and who was attacking us, they are the most want us to be brighter. Because they are the one that bright as well, but there was so much frame even bigger than us. Their chains even heavier, their fear even bigger than us. And they were so angry at us, like, why you not accept your power? You have to inspire me. You have to live your light and bright up. Why you afraid? You born bright, you born with legendary potential. How dare you can be afraid? And when they feel that you're afraid, it means you're not stable in your power, so you cannot lead them. And if you're not able to lead them, they cannot come out of their chain. of their frames. So when they look at you and they see that you're afraid, they understand that they have to live long in their chains. So when we start to be bright and more visible, and we know about our legendary potential or even inspirational potential, when we feel the critic from outside, those people are the most desire our love, our brightness, our confidence, our no matter what, I'm so stable, I'm so believe in what I do, I'm living as what I believe. And that's the impact that we can give to the world. And that's what the dangerous of the avoidance, that it's so well hidden within us. We tell ourselves stories like, it's all right, one day, but we're not living up. So it's not only about our love relationship and our money. This is directly influence on the quality of our family. This is quality of our how we communicate with the world, how we inspire the world, because our money, it's the reflect of two things, and I already understand that it's actually one thing. So this is like, when we give to the world the most valuable, we're able to receive like unlimited flow of money, because unlimited influence we give, unlimited truth, unlimited brightness, unlimited love. And second thing, we can give that only when we are so aligned to our truth of our own soul, our own recipe, our own brightness, our own color.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it in life, of those moments where, like, you know, like for me, it's like the moments when I'm in love, you know, everything will just go so smoothly and so easily for me. And it's just like, you know, I notice how the difference it makes when my energy level is full and my confidence is full. It makes a huge difference to everything, every interaction.
Yeah, because, you know, that's feeling what you're getting when you're in love. Now you can understand it's temporary when you have that relationship. But to really embrace who you are and start to really like put yourself on the map and start to give to your life the truth who you are. You on this feeling all the time. And that's how it became easy. That's how it became legendary, because legendary is, first of all, I'm so much in love with myself, like unapologetic. I'm in love with myself. I'm in joy. I have a fabulous life and all the aspects without compromising. And that's how I give to the world impact, like of my creativity, being the flow, not with the flow, but being the flow. And that's how it became so valuable, and it's expanding all aspects of our life. Because in this moment we are so much accept our power back, and we're so much in love in ourselves, so we don't have, in a way, like we don't have to be in relationship to feel love. You know, this is the major difference, because like when you so much depends on somebody, like with you I'm gonna feel loved, without you I'm fucked broken, you know. And this is dynamic. It's gonna be replaced on all aspects of our life. If you love me, if you approve me, if you forgive me, then if I'm fit in you and your understanding. So it's again, we're back to the story of the ugly duckling in our childhood. you born much bigger, even in the idea of your daughter or your loving mother or your sister. They all have ideas. You know, we all have ideas of life, but to be in love with you and really give them the best of you, it's the art of communication. I love you, and this is my life. I mean, this is my vision, this is my desire, this is my this is I accept, this is I'm not accept. So this is the art of communication. But again, art of the communication, it's not about able to say anything. It's that own your truth, that you don't have to fit in anywhere. So it's like when we back to the ugly duckling, it's like when they say
I don't fit anywhere. I don't fit in anywhere anyway. I'm 2 meters tall.
I'm explaining how this pattern work. If you don't feel to put it on you in you personally, don't.
No, but I'm just saying I've never been easy to fit in. I'm so much taller than every normal people. And my whole life I traveled, like all through my childhood. I was like always in a different country with different people speaking a different language or something. I never fitted in. So I can totally relate to what you're saying.
Because it's not possible to fit in, but because you just bigger size. Like if the story Ugly Duckling, it's so like visible, like what's happened there. He was bigger than the ducklings, and then they start to like he even want to play with them, but they was like, you're bigger, you cannot fit in. So there even no possibility to fit in. Even if you want to, it's not possible to fit in. It's just like a key and a lock. If you're bigger size of the key, even if you try so hard to fit in, it's not possible. So that's why we like travel so, and we're just looking for our like sense and our community, and then so much disappointment. And this is like a chaser of life, of love, you know, because when we get love, we became like, oh, the oxygen, I got the oxygen, I actually able to do this and this and this and this. But in this moment, what is the dangerous area? But we so much overgiven our power to that person. And that's how we got on hook. And then we're like, oh, fuck, the love is so dangerous. So it's kind of like, it was the only one way to get oxygen, to be in love. But then we got understanding, no, the love is so dangerous because it's hook me. I'm so dependent on it. They can manipulate me. They can do this and this and this. I'm not going to go for the love. So result of this understanding gonna be, I know that I need to breathe, but I'm not gonna breathe. I'm gonna do a small sip of air until I'm able to survive. Okay, and that gonna continue until we will understand, like, problem not in love, problem not in that person, problem not in a fit-in, problem that we have to embrace who we are. This is one and only solution. We born like this. We born in a particular diamond, in a particular brightness, in a particular frequency. And if we're not giving up that to the world, it's gonna kill us. It's gonna destroy us. It's like I was many years ago in one discotheque in Asia, and someone put ecstasy in my beer, and I was like so good girl. I never do any stuff like this, but I knew, like, when you're on the discotheque, you should not leave your glass. You know, if you like drinking, you even go to the toilet with your glass. But someone put the ecstasy to me, and for them maybe that was a good dose. But for me, if I like lick Panadol, I already high. you know, so they give me so much there. And first I felt like the colors and all of, and then I felt like so overwhelmed of energy that I just sit and I start to dine, you know, because some person saw me like I'm like this, and they start to like push me to dance, to to let go some of this energy, because it was so much that it was overwhelmed. So that's how they saved my life. So when we're born with huge potential, like legendary potential, it's so different, like how we live in our hiding life. Like avoiding is very good hiding. Like when ugly duckling is run away from that uh, garden, and he got few more disappointment in life, he hide in the dry wood,
Yeah.
where he just got enough to be protected. But his potential, it was like open wings and life. Like the legendary, it's so different speed. It's like a surfer, professional surfer. It's like you so much trust to the wave and the ocean and your balance and your capability. Like it's so full of embracement of the life. And if we're not living up that energy that we meant to, because that's how we was created, that's how we're full of battery, you know. It's kind of like being a legendary. It's not only about us, it's about arrangement to the whole world. I'm inspire you, you inspire someone else, and we all holding hands. And it's not like we decide in this life, you know, we decide before we born. That's why we had that potential. That's why we have all these abilities and all this light and all this like desires and creativity, because we are holding hands together and help each other to come out of the frames. Because even those ducklings who were like so in patterns, it should be like this, and you have to be practical, and you have to be stable, you have to get a job, they so divine as well. And they also knowing that the life is not about just to get a salary and pay the rent and just to be this person because you're afraid to be alone. They come here to enjoy life, same as us. It's just like they're afraid more. So this is like a choice. When you understand like how your life gonna be if you continue with avoidance. Yeah, it's kind of like a two scenario. Like, what is the impact of life? We already understand. And same is gonna go to the money, because when we give the best of us to the life as our reflection, as our mirror, give us the best. And for us, the best is the fulfillment of our true desire, without compromising, without competing, without eating the poison, without denial, like I don't want it. I want it. I love money so much. I love luxury life so much. And it's so yummy. And if someone's saying like, I don't like luxury, I say, you just didn't try it.
Yeah, I mean, I know this from making jewelry. It's like the amount of women who walk in and they say, I don't really like gold, I don't really like diamonds. And then the next thing you know, they've got an engagement ring or something, and they spend literally 6 months staring at their finger like, oh, and they're just like completely in love with it, you know? It's just they've been denying it to themselves. I never met anyone yet who honestly doesn't like diamonds.
I love diamonds. I able to talk to them. I know them, their names. It's just like my, you know, it's like my kids. I love them.
Yeah, me too.
And all this great quality of life, like traveling in the first class, or like 5-star accommodation, and all that service, and all these beautiful clothes. And I know for everyone it's different, but at least try it to say that I don't like it. But when the people is never tried and say like, oh, no, not for me, no, it's just not true.
Yeah.
It's like our desire in our life, it's not for just teasing us and say like, oh, you want it, you will never get it. No, it's for us to actually allow ourselves to be honest to our desire and our ideas and our fulfillment, that idea. That's why we have the desire. Desire is the compass. How yummy the desire, we see how much is that cost. Oh, okay, it's mean that I'm already operate on that amounts. Great. And how I can get that amounts? I have to give to the world, to the life, my truth, who I am. So this is the embracement. This is the art of communication. First of all, with me, like communicate with me. Like if I'm honest with me, what I want, I'm just like, no, I'm good. No need. I want it. I need it. I'm on it. It's mine. I'm enjoyed. The more I'm enjoyed, the more I'm like, and creativity mode. I know how easy to do it. You know, a few years ago, I invited one of my clients to Switzerland, like absolutely royal boutique 5-star hotel. And we spent with her a few days there working individual program. And then she says to me, I understand your plan. I say, yes, tell me. I think that you just want to live in this 5-star hotel, travel in the world, and you just want the people paying money for you to teach them. I say, exactly. And she like, and who is not able to pay? That's what I teach people, to be able to pay for this kind of life. Why they come to learn from me? What? How to implement them in that life and how to live that life and how to make it real. And at least like start to try your desire, because if we will have all of us the same, like only hotel or diamonds or clothes or like horses, if we all like the same stuff, that would be also kind of like boring. We are multi-billions on the planet, so everyone have their different desire. And if we all allow ourselves to live fulfillment, it's like our frequency depend on our truth, how we communicate with us and how we fulfill our desire. If we honest to our desire, we communicate as the joy, and the money and wealth, it's just like producing there. It's a bubble in there. It's so easy to create when we in the joy and like our own speed, our own brightness, you know, we creating wealth. So many of us saying like it's the crisis economy and things like this, because the people are on very, very low frequency. We create wealth not by printing them. We create wealth by our frequency, by our living up the truth. And if the people in the hiding up, in the jealousy, in the fear, in the disappointment, there are no money, there are no love, there are no creativity. It's very, very, very shallow and narrow way of living. So like legendary was sent here to inspire how much we able to enjoy life. We are the leading points for the others who are same divine and creative as us, but they just afraid. The fear, level of fear is bigger than us. That's why for us, it's very important to living up our truths.
Sure.
So we already understand like level of life, money. Now we come into the health. Our health is absolute reflection of our living up truths, our living up our soul, living up our heart, or not. So the health is like indicator showing to us, are you valuable for this life? If you not give me what we agreed with you that you give me, are you sure that you want to keep this place, or maybe someone else gonna come and gonna do this? Because as the point of view divine plan, we agreed to deliver frequency of joy, inspiration, innovation, freedom. And if you stay on your place and you say, I am Morgan, I know that I have legendary potential, but I choose to be in avoidance, choose to be in fear, and it's okay for me to live small. Your health saying to you, you have few options. I'm gonna give you warning. First, you're gonna love with money. Second warning, you're gonna love with the health. Third warning is the money and the health. And then if you still don't understand that you're valuable to live, we have to return. And that was happening with me, like from my childhood, I knew about my power and I knew that I come here for the huge game, but I was so afraid. I was so afraid of the people. I was afraid to be visible and that my voice gonna say the truth. I was so afraid. So my health and situation of the life start to go hit me tender, little bit stronger and stronger. And like when I was 30, I think, don't remember exactly because I so don't care about the age. And so it was like 30 or 33. So it's hit me really, really bad. And in that point, I understood like the health is never coming as the, how to say, like we're saying, it's kind of like secondary thing. It's kind of like we have a car, our life, and we have a indicator like how much speed we have, how much petrol we have. So our health is doing exactly like this. It's the indicator if we are living up our truths or not. So even if you have like disease as the cancer, it's possible to heal without chemo. Just to start, be honest to yourself and start to living up your impact to the world. You start to give and you start to, like, you honoring your agreement with the life, with your soul. Yeah. So health became aligned once we embrace our life. And then love relationship. When we are so in love with ourselves, we're not taking a wrong path.
Sure, no, that makes sense. I mean, because we protect the things we love, you know? I mean, we take care of the things we love. We treasure the things we love, you know?
And also, like when we, you know, people is saying about law of attraction. So when we, on our truths, on our path, we even don't have to go on law of attraction. because everything what we already desire, it's on our path. What we just have to do is align ourselves to our path. And there our money or inspiration.
I've always been a little bit skeptical of the law of attraction, and I met a famous American woman who's like written books and is well known for all this like workshops and stuff she does with the law of attraction. And I had lunch with her and we sat down, and I saw that so much of what she focused on was really based on her fears, you know, and it was like all the stuff about creating the relationship, creating the work that she wanted. So much of it was based. And I said to her, like, don't you think that the roots of some of these aspirations come from fear of the lack? You know, like I'm trying to attract this relationship, but honestly, because I'm terrified of being alone, or I'm trying to attract this money because I'm terrified of not having it. And so then I became quite sort of a bit suspicious of this whole kind of law of attraction type outlook, because I could see that a lot of its foundations were actually coming from fear of having of a lack of it, rather than like being solid all the way through, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of like a two paths. One is the base on our fears, and then we using this law of attraction like a last hope. We just need to align to this manifestation. We just need to hold on for the frequency. But in the same time, manifestation is easy, but it's not on base of what we're saying. It's based on what we're feeling. And if we there feel like I'm afraid to be without money, I'm afraid to be without clients, without love and whatever, it's just like we are manifesting, it's true, but we're manifesting the opposite result. That's why people don't believe like it's easy, because they don't understand that first of all, I have to feel great. And then the manifestation work. I mean, it's work all the time, but depends what kind of result you want. Yeah. If you want really fabulous life, you just align to the greatest feeling. And where's the greatest feeling? When your desire is fulfillment. When you're so honest with what you want and you make it true, make it happen. And then on that path, it's like everything what we ever could imagine, it's there. It's there. It's our friendship. It's our inspiration. It's our resources. It's our sponsor. Everything. It's like just you just have to surrender to your truth. And then you can find, and also about love relationship, it's always reflection of us. So this idea that I'm gonna meet someone special and he's gonna change my life, this is such a dangerous illusion.
Yeah, it's probably better the other way around. I'm going to change my life and then I'm going to meet somebody, you know what I mean? Like that thinking, it's kind of got it backwards. It should be the other way around. You know, like I changed my life and then the rest of it's going to probably fall into place, rather than that's going to be what makes the change, something external. Because then you're putting your hope on something that you don't control.
Yeah, and like imagine if you believe that there's someone special who's going to change your life, and you meeting people and you experience, and you're like, no, not this one, not this one, not this one. So you're really searching for a perfection, and then you met that person, and the most dangerous investment of your life ever. Because when you met this person, you just gave everything, your hopes, your expectation of life, your permission to be your truth, like everything. And relationship is beautiful when both of the players in that dance, they not depend on each other. That's became it's beautiful. But when I realize somebody has became heavy and it's manipulation coming, and it's like I hate and I love, and like what is the drama, how to come out of this, because you overgive your power to that person. Why? Because you needed the oxygen of love, because with love you're able to create so much and live with open wings, and this is your truth, like you're born to live like this. So idea of someone from outside of me gonna come and make me happy, very dangerous one. So we have to understand, like, whoever gonna come to your life, like every day, our friends, clients, partners, or love relationship, it's all the time our reflection. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less, nothing more. It's like, I'm so grateful to anyone I meet in my life. I look at them and I see my reflection in every person. You know, and if I'm sober and clear about my life and intentional result, what I want to receive in life, I look at the person not as the what to fix, but I'm looking as like learning me. Because it's like, I want to laugh, enjoy laugh. I want this, enjoy this. Whatever you want, it's given. It's given. No need to make it more dramatical and difficult and like over the moon. But when we want like real good relationship, first we have to be in relationship with ourselves. Like
healthy
honest
relationship, healthy relationship with yourself.
Huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we understand this, it's so clear choice for us. What do I want to do with it? It's like, if I continue with avoidance, I already know what kind of results I'm gonna have, and it was entertaining enough, and probably I can do more or maybe not. It's like every person decide, like when we had this clarity to understand, like when we have a fear, it's not that we have to hide from the fear or jump into the fear. Fear, it's the indicator that we are misaligned from the love. It's like we have only two modes. We have alignment, like the divine path, like the soul path, and misalignment. Misalignment, it's so many reasons, like I even don't want to talk how much.
Sure.
So
no, that makes sense.
Yeah, so when we feel fear, it's just indicator that we out of alignment. Meaning we don't have to jump. I've been in many experiments of my life, and I've been jumping to the fear as well. And I hear that so many coaches teach people to do like this. You see the fire, jump there. You see the fear, jump there. It's much more easy way how to do this. When you see the fear, when you feel the fear.
I mean, I spent a lot of my life doing that, jumping first and then looking second, you know. But now I'm trying to sort of like look a little bit first and then jump.
Exactly.
Because you kind of want to know where you're going to land.
Yeah, because if we would keep doing this, if it not go bigger, we would think that we are doing the right things to jump into the fear and like, okay, I'm survive. This is I know the right way of the life. Yeah, you can just jump to the fear and celebrate that you survive. It's gonna escalate in to show us, okay, you try that, you survive, celebrate that, okay? But if you're gonna continue on that stuff, it's gonna be more and more dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, people with that philosophy shouldn't teach driving a car, for example.
Exactly. Yeah, because the life it's a driving a spaceship.
Yeah.
And if they like, you see the fear, jump into the fear. No, okay, not. No, don't. Fear is just an indicator that you have to surrender to love, that you have to surrender to the clarity, that you don't understand something, that you not listen with full attention. Fear is the good moment to understand that you, like how I indicate the fear. Fear comes as emotion based on our thoughts. So thoughts, for example, I would not be able to deliver my agreement. I cannot make it, okay? So I start to think like this, and then I start to feel like I'm not able to fulfill that. And then it's like my fear, like what's gonna happen to me? It's gonna be this and this, and I already in the drama theater in my head, like what's gonna happen to me? So what I do in that situation, first of all, I'm not entertaining it so long. I know if I feel uncomfortable or fear, it shows me I'm misaligned. I'm not playing my heart truth. Second, I just go to the core of my thoughts. I see like what give me this emotion. And I like, okay, the idea that I'm not able to deliver. And when I go to the core of the emotion, I flip it to opposite. And I like, me, I am the greatest. I am so great at delivering. I've been delivering all my life. I'm so sure that I can do it. Okay, let me see how I can do it more fun and creative. Emotion of the fear absolutely gone immediately because it's just an indicator. It's not meant to torture us. It's torture us when we stay there and like multiplying and invest in that feeling. But if we understand what is the core and flip it. I had one situation in Dubai. I was staying in 5-star hotel in the Four Seasons. And I decided to create event. Beautiful room and event, I don't remember, something inspirational, of course. That was happiness for the CEO and the founders and the presidents. So about like 86 place. And so I was expecting about 90,000 euro from that event. And I pay for the rent of that room and for the food. And it's like all prepared, all beautiful. And in the day of event, no one come. No one. It's like me, my son helped me with the arrangement. And I'm in the room full of beautiful food and all set up. And I'm like, okay, let's see how much is lost. Okay, so about like maybe up to the 10,000 euro, I would see that it's lost. Okay, and then one lady is coming, and that lady, she was so much inspired by me. So she want to also be a coach, and she also have some divine gift, and like, so she come and see this. And she come to me, hold my hands, and she start to cry. Because I think she would imagine that she made this arrangement and finally allow herself and say like out loud, I'm gonna do the event in 4 seasons, come to me, you know, I'm a professional at what I'm doing, I'm great at what I'm doing, come to me, and pay the money, and no one show up. So she literally see herself and me like in future, because she didn't do event and since like she just starting up. Okay. And she faced her biggest fears, and she just hold my hands, the tears is just like this, and she like, oh my God, you know, don't be, it's gonna be all right, it's gonna be all right. I said, baby, sit down, I'm gonna show you how to transform any sin into the blessing. And I felt the fear also, but when I understood like fear gonna lead me only to like sitting and crying girl with the calculating how much I lost, I just didn't want to be there.
Sure.
And I'm like, okay, sit down, buckle up, and enjoy the flight, what I'm gonna do. So first of all, I open up live video for all my followers. The time it was about like 22,000 people. And I give them for free the most key valuable stuff of the program that I was preparing so much. It's like so expensive stuff. It's like, you know, how to come out of from panic. It's like how to manage your team, like up to 10,000 people. And I just give it for free, and the people were so grateful. And at the same time, I recorded it and I sell it for very affordable. I think it's like $9, something like this, but we sell it so much, and it's recorded, and it's like till nowadays it's keep selling. It's like, it's called something, I don't remember exactly, something like transform your panic attack to the financial freedom, something like this. So meaning, of course, I make much more than I was even expect. I was expecting about like about 80 or 90,000 minus expense. So maybe like 70 clean, I'm gonna come out of that, 70,000 euro. But I made so much more because I didn't invest myself in the fear, like, and the victim, like, I should not do this business. Who I am to do this? No one needed, no one wanted. Fear is just indicator for us. It's like the best come out of any fears and the things like this, the fear of rejection, avoidance. Stop practicing mantra affirmation every day when you do the sport, when you touch the ground, when you run, you know, do like dance or anything, like when you do physical activity, just say to yourself, my life is always for me. My life is here for me. My life and me bigger than any obstacle, bigger than any fears. My life always for me. It's for me. It's for me. My life is here me. I'm not lost. I'm not forgotten. My life is loving me. So this is like fundamental truth. When we stay on this platform, we're so unshakable. Like when the fear comes, we instantly can transform. Instantly. Don't entertain there. Don't play too long. Don't play victim. It's boring. It's not interesting. Legendary is born to fly, to open wings and be with our own tribe and inspire others.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and like when you know this fundament, you know, it's, I tell you one more story. In 2020, I am in Geneva, Switzerland. Coronavirus, everything closed. I was like few months before, my passport and my card was stolen. So during the coronavirus, I traveling into Switzerland and South Europe without money, without documents. And then I was support with, you know, this coach surfing that you can stay for free, and coronavirus, all people scared, no one wanna invite coach surfer to your house. So I was like, what I'm gonna do? And I was lucky that in Geneva was airport, that it was open. It's a sunny weather and everything is beautiful. So in the daytime I can go to the lake and be on the beautiful, besides like the gardens and things like this. But when it's the evening, I had to go to airport and sleep there. And I was so hungry, and like I understand, like no response from the coach surfer, like, and I don't have money. I'm so hungry, and I just had a bottle of the Kangen water. I mean, just empty bottle. So I started to say to myself, like, my life is always for me. If I'm in this situation, it's mean my body just want to drink water. And it's just healthy for me to be without food. And you know, in Switzerland, like drinking water everywhere. So when I feel like I'm hungry, I just go fill up that bottle, have 1 liter of water. Good, I'm not hungry anymore. So I was doing that a few times a day. And to be honest, with repeating this mantra, I was not even counting how many days I was in that situation. Because I understand, like, if I'm going to count, I'm going to be multiplying my fear, like what I'm going to do. I'm here. What is the situation? And so I just like, no, I'm not counting. I'm not bothering. Like, if my body want to be without food, it's a plenty of water. If my body will need food, the food will appear. This is the law. Okay, I know that life is on my side, so I just keep repeating this mantra. The moment I'm hungry or getting dark, I'm like, life is on my side. This is for my betterment. And one of the evening, I already back to airport, and I sit there and I start to be like so hungry, like my head is dizzy, and I'm just like, no, this is illusion, this is the fear. And I close my eyes and I just repeat, my life is on my side, my life is on my side, my life always for me. I open up my eyes, and on the table in front of me, a big bag of chocolate Easter eggs. And there was no one in the airport. It was like coronavirus, like, you know, all the seats in this white and red scotch is like not allowed to be there. There was nobody in. I manifested with my absolute surrender to the truth. Like, this situation is so on my side. Like anything, like what's happened to us, we never victim. We can play victim, and if you play victim, we believe in this and we're going to multiply this. But do you want to be victim?
Definitely not.
It's up to you. It's up to you. If you want to, okay. But there are other options, and it's same available to be a victim or to be a creator. It's the same available to us. It's the same distance. We just had a wheel, you know, left or right, it's up to us. And when I start to eat this chocolate, so happy in airport. Oh my God, like few days on the water and then the back of chocolate. And this, you know, Easter eggs, you know, so colorful. I'm so happy, like a child. And then my phone is bling, 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 bling. Some surfer is sent to me. Are you still looking for the place I can offer you? I say yes. And then he called me Uber. Uber brought me to his place and he cooked the dinner and like.
Oh, wow. So good.
Mm-hmm. I had so many stories like this. Oh my God. I don't know like how many books yet to come to tell to people all my the stories of manifestation and the surrender to the trust. Like I believe blindly to love, to fulfillment, to the joy. I believe that I know it's not even belief. I know that it's available for all of us. And we just have to inspire one to another, you know. We all have different phase of life. And in my life, when I was like, had the guilt period of life, guilt is like one of the heavy to come out by ourselves. It's difficult to forgive because we start to with I'm not fitting in. It means something wrong with me, and if I allow myself to live like I want to, I cannot get love. So it's a guilt, it's self-punishment, and so on, so on, so on, like a snowball getting bigger and bigger. So when I got enough of that experience, I needed someone who is inspire me, someone who is brighter, because I knew that my light and my bright is very, very bright. But when I'm on a guilt, or any of us on a guilt, or on the low frequency, disappointment, broken heart, we need someone on the top to show us where to go. That's why it's so important to living up our truth. That's how we're supporting each other. It's like a divers. It's one on sitting on the boat and see like when you give me a signal to pull you up, and another one is go deep down to discovery. It's always a team. It's always like we're never alone. And when we go for our discovery, like what is the guilt, what is the rejection, what is the disappointment, because we all come to experience and then to choose. And when we got enough with the experience, we pull someone, you know, but the best one, it's just to be light for others, to show where to swim, to show where to like put the goal and go. This is like so important. If that moment I would not find the person who had that light bright, I would not come out of the guilt from myself, because it was so heavy, so not possible. It's like self-guilt. It's even worse than fear of rejection, because in self-guilt, the patterns, it's kind of like guilt, judgment, and punishment all in one person. It's like the person, one of my client, he was a big businessman, and he come to me, we start to work, and after the first day he slipped down and he hit his face so much, and I like, what is this? And he like, oh, just accident, I fall down. I said, no, it's not accident. We start to like increasing his money flow, and he immediately punished himself for even saying that he can increase the money flow. So this is like so important to have someone brighter, clear, confident, like, and stable. Like, I'm doing this, I'm living up. So it's kind of like I have your back. I living up my life because I have your back, you know. I got you. This is so meaningful, and this is so important for all of us to live our truth, because there are so many lives who is searching for this, like who able to inspire me. I know inside of me, I know that I'm a giant, but show me someone who is stable, who's confident, who is living up their truth, who is brave enough, who is transparent. Show me that people. And that's what we do. That's how we help each other. That's how it became so meaningful. Of course, if it's like if the one diver sitting on a boat and another one is there, is not able to come out, and that diver jumped there, risk is very high that both of them gonna die.
Ina,
you know,
can I just pause
okay.
for a second? I'm going to just pause the video for a second, yeah?
Okay.
Boom.
All right. And also I saw one time a video about be a mama with the baby bear climbing
bear
up.
Cubs.
Yeah, to very snow and slippery hill. And mama come first, and the baby almost reach, but then the baby sleep and nearly go down.
I think I've seen this. It's with snow,
You
right?
saw?
The polar bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they try again to get up there.
The baby, but the mama was so stable. The mama didn't jump down for the baby. Mama was just like, little star, I'm here. So stable, so unshakable. Like, you have to come here. You have to come up. I'm not coming to save you. Or, and the baby could make it. It's like so, for me, great explanation, because as I working with the people, I know so many stories. Like, people is try to, they believe in their pain and they try to convince me in their pain. And I know that you're able to fly. So come up, baby, come up. I'm not going to go to you and entertain that you're a victim. I don't believe that you're a victim. I'm here, leading star, come up. Let's enjoy. Let's have fun together and inspire others. That's beautiful.
I've seen the same thing with ducklings, you know, following the mother duck, and one of the ducklings can't make it up a step or whatever. But you know, the mother duckling, she doesn't leave, she doesn't abandon it. She's waiting, but she's not coming down, and she's just waiting for it to level up, you know.
Yeah. Also, the stories about eagles. Oh, I love eagles.
Well, the eagles are pretty tough. I mean, the babies will kill each other. You know, like if there's two small eagle fledglings, one eagle will push the other out of the nest and kill it, basically, so that they can take the food. And so eagles in the bird world, they're quite tough. Yeah.
I don't know about this. I know that how Papa and Mama calling them out of the nest to fly. Do you know what they do?
No.
First they feeding them and give the nest like very warm, like they take out the feathers and make it in the nest.
Yeah.
And then they feed them, so the babies feel like we're safe and okay, everything good.
Yeah.
And then when it's a time to babies start to fly, Papa and Mama sit on the other side, not on the nest, like on the cliff, and calling the babies. And the baby's like, where's the food? Where's the mama, papa? And the voices, they just keep calling. And babies still not come out because they're afraid. Then the papa come and start to shake the nest to make it less comfortable. So when we talk about like, you have to come out of your comfort zone. Yeah, the life for us, divine mama and papa, shake our nest, baby, you're ready to fly. And the babies still not come out, they're afraid. And then the papa and mama just keep calling. And when the baby is so hungry, they come out of the nest and they try their wings. And if anyone is falling down, the papa is go and pick it up and put in the nest again.
Yeah.
And also, like before Mama Eagle decide who she gonna marry, she pick up a branch, fly up, and drop the branch. And the Papa, future Papa, he flying, pick up the branch and bring to Mama. Mama drop again. So if one time he could not catch the branch, not able to be Papa, not for her.
Yeah.
Because you know that in future her baby is gonna start to fly and they may fall down.
Yeah.
So the Papa should grab it and put into the nest. So this is like our nature is teach us so much. I love to learn from the animals in many ways, like wisdom. Wisdom is everywhere. If you want to see, if we open for the guidance. And we have few minutes left. Do you have any questions?
There's lots of questions. I'm just trying to think of what the best one would be for this moment. I mean, with delegation, I've had a big resistance to that. And I am in a situation now where I do need to be able to delegate more. And I am sort of like building up my network for that. I mean, with avoidance, okay, so, you know, the more I've thought about it, the more I see different manifestations of it in my life. And have you got any tips on what's a good way to just cut through it, you know?
Yeah. The first of all, like the vision board that you're gonna do with your daughter.
Yeah.
It's gonna give you so much understanding of what quality of life you wanna live.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be for you one of the scenario, and it's not just I send you like which area responsible for what. So you put there like what exactly you want, like some picture, and also indicate what kind of emotion you want to feel there, okay? And then this is going to be one scenario of your life, very, very near to the alignment, because to create that vision board, you start with the question, what would I do if there are no limitation of resources? And another question, what would I do if there are no money in the world and everyone can have and be whatever they want to? Okay, one more question, like what is the most valuable I can give to the life? And one more question, the most valuable I can give to myself, how I can make the most joy of it. And then you start to create this vision board. This is no limitation. This is creativity. You and your daughter enjoying your like vision. You're gonna find out so much about two of you, and it's so bonding moment. But also it's so clear about understanding what you want from life. Of course, it can be adjusted in time. It's not like you're obligated, like you choose this and you're gonna have till end of your day this. You can adjust anytime. But this is gonna be scenario one for you, and scenario two, what you already live in. And then you have a very good choice, like what do you want to continue? Because it's all about choice. We just keep continuing choosing what we want. So if you see the scenario and you're like, I'm choosing this, and then you just keep asking yourself with these questions like, how I can be more joyful? Okay, the delegation, for example, you start to understand like you able to choose the person with who you feel fun, the person who appreciate you, the person who is creative. So you start to like understand life, that life is abundance, that there are so many people who speak on your language and who gonna be more easy to work with them. So it's kind of like you allow yourself to create business fun playground for the A+ players. It's kind of like for us, like it's easy for us.
I mean, that's kind of how it is. But the problem for me is now I have to sort of like switch to a new factory, and the factory has its own full infrastructure, and yeah, it's not easy to always harmonize with that, because I'm used to being able to do things quickly and well, and then like, you know, coming into an established system which is not working the way I want to. It's tricky.
So it's really about delegation, or you're afraid to go to the bigger scale? What is it?
Well, no, it's more, I mean, I guess my personal situation is that, you know, I have a small workshop which I've been able to manage very successfully, and we've had a good quality and a good everything, really. But now I would like to not be tied to Indonesia and to be able to spend more time abroad. And so I've been looking at which factories I could work with, and I've identified what I think is the one that has the best technology and the most thorough system. But I've still found it really hard because the level at which they're doing things is below what I'm used to doing. So I guess I have two options. One is I control everything and I make my own factory. There's a lot of advantages to that, but there's a lot of disadvantages too, because I don't want to be tied to Indonesia for a start. And then the other option is I look at maybe producing everything in New Zealand, which I have been looking at, and I think is potentially viable, but I would still like to keep Bali going because there's a lot of good things about that. And also I want to keep the good workers I have in Bali. I'd like to keep them in work.
Wait, now we're talking about the country where to do it, or what is the problem? I need to understand more specifically.
Well, the problem is that like the factory that I have had, which was under my own control, has been really good. But now we need to expand. We need to be able to produce a bigger volume. And we will need to be able to produce it without it depending on my supervision. So I've been working with other factories, and that's kind of where I found it really hard, because it's hard to find someone who can do a good job. And there's not a lot of sense of responsibility. What I've found, at least within my own factory, I've trained them to take responsibility if they're making a mistake, to identify and take steps to fix it, you know. But within the other factories, bigger factories, of looking to expand the potential of production level and everything, it's really difficult actually to find anyone who can do a good job in Indonesia. And yeah.
Okay. Sounds to me like there are so many in between decision in this matter. And if we separate one by one, first of all, change your angle and see that there are so plenty of factory where it's easy to work with. Because we are the one that producing the movie. Change that. And if it's the decision maker, if you make your decision about where to live based on where's my factory.
Well, no, I mean, I don't want to make that decision. I want to be free. So I want to be free to move. And so what I'm at the process now is testing different options. And I
Yes,
kind of
that's
had
what
good hopes for them, but
100%.
it's been pretty disappointing so far. And I guess it's leading me to think that probably the best way is to set it up myself, you know, rather than like, I was hoping that I could use the setup that somebody else has done, and that would save me a lot
Yes,
of
that's
time
what
and
it
money.
seems. That it's like so many cooking something yummy, but you don't know what you're cooking. So it's not about delegation. This is about
Well, no, I know what I'm cooking. It's more like I'm trying to find the commercial kitchen that can make enough of what I'm cooking. That's the problem.
No. It's like it have to be opposite around. You have to clear understand where you want to live.
Mm.
This is number one.
Mm.
And where you're gonna be living, you're gonna find anything you want to.
Mm.
Employees, factory, sponsor, anything, any support, always with us. We don't have to be attached to any place. We are the creator, and all the supports around us all the time. This is the truth, divine truth. And to see this, you just have to come out from the lack mentality, like I don't have it here, it's only there. This is idealizing some place or some person or some company. So when you understand that you are the one decision maker with your feelings, then you know where you want to live. Where is your truth at the moment? And when you settle, you're gonna find the best. And it's like I told you, there are two ways for us to pass. When we're on the path on our truth, path of our heart, there will be everything what we need, desire, and want. Everything is there. Everything is provided. When we come in from mind of lack, mind of controlling, mind of like calculating, so that path based on I don't trust life. I have to figure out by myself everything. So that based on fear, that's based on controlling. And when we're in the control, we're not able to see abundance of everything. So once the number one, it's like the question, what for question I told you, when you start to really asking yourself with that question and create your life, you will understand how to separate these two paths in your life. And employees and delegation is next subject. First, you have to be so honest to yourself where you want to live. Because you have a so beautiful family, and every one of them have their own idea how life perfect should be. If you're honest to your soul, like when I was channeling information about you, I saw that you're so free spirit that love to be on the boat, on the yacht, like your own time with the ocean. So meaning, if you're gonna be so out of the family and only to be with your boat, you're gonna feel like you're doing something wrong. But if you speak up them like, I love you, and this is how I live, and this is my time with you, and this is my space, and if you want to join with me, this is this and this how it's work. So you're not jump from the polarity.
I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of something. Yeah.
If you go on like, no, I cannot be anymore, I just go for my freedom, then you start to feel guilty. From that guilt, you jump to them and say, no, I'm only gonna live with you all the time. You try a little bit and like, oh, this is also not work out. So this is the polarity you jump in. And your spirit love nature, love ocean, love to have your own time. And at the same time, you're so in love to be with your family. So when you own this truth for yourself, like when you accept who you are, you're gonna be just stable on your path. It's the truth. Like, this is who I am. I love you, and I need sometimes to be make love with the ocean.
For sure. No, that's, my family understand that too. And I mean, I need that, because if I don't do that, then this is what also just helps me be my best. You know, I need those times with the ocean and adventures. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like this is communication. Art of communication is start always with our truth. You decide for your truth. What is your truth at the moment? Again, each our moment at the moment. So we can be flexible. It's not we nail it and we have to like stay forever. If I have one wish, I have to nurture it forever. No, they are limitless. It's like every step, it's new desire and new desire. But if you are stable with your truth, of your joy, of your honesty, you will never be attached to anything. I love you, but there are no conditions for me. I'm not eating what I don't want to eat. And I'm with you because I love you. That's all. There's no place for drama when we're so honest to ourselves. And this is like in time, what you're going to practice and practice daily as the Ho'oponopono to the mirror, like you was doing, surrendering, mirror surrender to yourself. You can do with my Ho'oponopono or with some other music. So for you, self-forgiveness is the big piece to heal. And creating this vision board with your daughter. I'm going to have a great fun. And send me some pictures when you do that with your daughter. That's, I'm gonna put on my reward wall. That for me is so joyful to know that you're gonna do it. And this is 4 questions. It's all that I'm gonna lead you to your leading star. What is your truth? And when you want to unfold your wings fully, I'm so welcome you to invite you for our legendary club, because you are one of us for sure.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it sounds great. I'd love to.
Yeah. Because it's fun.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any more questions?
Not really, not right now, no.
Okay. Can you say like a three moments that like impress you, or you understood something, or it's like rightly enter to your life after our session?
Sure. From this session now, well, I mean, the point about like it not so much being about delegation as being a choice of where to live. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. And actually, I can already see the answers to that, because what I've been doing is like parallel, like issuing the same jobs to people here and in Indonesia. And just, you know, the result has been so much better here and so easy. And Indonesia, it's been like, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards, 1 step left, another step right, you know, whereas here it's just like easy, instant results. So yeah, that one is pretty clear. And I do think you're right that it is a choice of where to live more than of how to delegate. So that was a really good, clear point. And then I mean, I think the first time we spoke, actually, and then we talked to you brought up avoidance, you know, and then like ever since then, that's triggered a lot of thinking and observation of my own patterns, and it's definitely really helped to be more conscious to not repeat those patterns. But also amazing how profoundly that influences so much of every aspect of life, you know, and that it's not just in one area, but it's just in absolutely everything. So that's definitely a big project to work on. And I mean, and with the Hopo'ono one, you know, like doing it with the mirror, the first time I did that, I really felt an immediate and strong impact from that, you know. And it's something that has always, I mean, even if I have a friend who's psychic, and she told me about a year ago, like she's like, oh, Morgan, you should be doing that, you know, not with the mirror, but just particularly that mantra, you know, that I should do it. And I was kind of like, oh yeah, but I didn't really actually do it. I mean, I agreed with her that it was a good idea, but I didn't actually do it, you know. So I'm very grateful to you for actually. I have started to do that, and I have felt the benefit from it. So those are three things that I'm very happy and grateful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you too.
Thank you, and all the best.
Yeah, lots of love. Thank you too, and all the best also.
Okay, ciao.
Okay, bye.
Bye.